Hey guys, Troy Dooley, the Beachside CEO, and I'm excited because I've got Nate and his boys. What's your name?
Cameron.
I'm Tony Tate.
Antonio.
And see, let me tell you, these are the Tate boys. We could do a band here, you know. But this is unique because I've watched the three of you at a distance this weekend. You know, and you guys were over, you know, doing your thing, and it was like, I just decided I wanted to interview you. You know, I was watching you play the piano. How many piano lessons you had?
None.
No. I was watching you play the piano. How many have you had?
I've had one.
You've had one?
Yes.
You got to be proud of your boys.
Yeah, there's so many things that I'm proud about with them. I mean, you know, we as parents sometimes, you know, we look at our blessings and sometimes we count them all, and sometimes we forget to count our kids, and they really are a blessing.
What made you choose Ocean Avenue of all the companies you could have gone to?
Not that I'm like a network marketing guru or anything. In fact, I'd only been in one other company, and I actually achieved the leadership position with that company. I'd been, you know, pretty successful in my first go out, so I don't have a lot of those horror stories. But one of the things that always struck me as weird is that as much fun as I had in the other company and being on stage and getting recognized and stuff, I would hear all the time these companies say, hey, do whatever you got to do it for your family, and, you know, build this for your family, do this for your family, and this and that. But then when it came time to come to conventions and events, they would say, hey, pack everybody up in the house, you know, in the car, drive 24 hours, put 10 people in the hotel room, solve for X. And I used to think that was just a bunch of junk. I'm like, why am I going to do this for my family? But then when I get recognized and I have to celebrate, it should be despite my family. Sure. And for us, we're all the family we have, not just in this city, but in this state.
You got like the Three Musketeers. I mean, it's all for one and one for all.
Yeah, sometimes it is definitely all for, well, one every man for themselves, literally, because there's 3 men in the house and there's no woman, because I'm, you know, sole parenting here. But this company, when I heard about it, the thing that drove me crazy with excitement was the fact that I can do this with my family. They're teenagers. They have their own distributorship because they can be 16 years old and build your own business. They never have to work for a Publix. You know, they have a downline. They have people that are my age and older in their downline that are helping them build this business, and they're teenagers. And for me, to be able to build a business, because I've been an entrepreneur since I was 27 years old. I'm in my 40s now. And, you know, my son's 16 here, my other son is 14. To be able to have a family business that is really about business and not necessarily a hobby, but to have fun. Even when you were just saying, and I'm sorry, I know this may be a little bit more than the question, but you're good. My sons, we said, hey man, let's go. We were honored being asked by Troy Dooley to do an interview, and my son's like, okay, Dad, but can we go and deliver stuff to the hospital?
That's good.
You know, and then I go and get them, and I'm like, we're taking forever, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I'm thinking about we need to do this interview because I want to be respectful of your time. And then I go in there, and my son's sitting down. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, I'm trying to make a Goodwill card for the kids at the hospital, and I don't know, man. That's just, I'm not crying, but I'm just saying that's one of those deals that you just. To be with a company that recognizes children, from the little dreamers to the explorers to the champions to the big project, which is their age group. To me, family, man, sometimes is all you got. And even though you drive each other crazy, you know, you should always have that culture, you know, because culture is what made me choose this over money. Because I'm an entrepreneur. I have a successful social media company, and I'm going to make money anyway. I didn't come here for the money, although I will spend it.
Sure.
But for me,
they will
for me, yeah. But it was really about the freedom. And when you look at the word freedom, I learned a long time ago, it's just like the word kingdom. Kingdom is king's dominion. Well, freedom is the dominion in which you are free. And if your dominion in which you are free is really just, you know, free to get up and go to work for somebody else, that's okay. But if your freedom is to get up and become work optional, whether you go to work or not, you're still going to earn for your family. And so freedom is the dominion in which you are free. And I don't just play around with that word. That word is as serious to me as I am about, you know, the love that I have for my kids.
I want to ask you, what do you think about this weekend and everything you've seen?
At first I thought it was just going to be one of those business things that was going to be like kids go somewhere while the parents learn and grow in their personal growth for their business. But then they also had something for the kids to do. I was like, all right, so this might be interesting. And so then I found out like how they were teaching us about entrepreneurship and how to like start when you're young. That way you can live a life of prosperity and health. And then like when they were talking about delivering cards to Children's Hospital, I was like, well, this is more than East Side, basically. So I just had a really good time this weekend.
I'm glad. What about you?
You know, on the way over here, I thought, hey, this might be fun. We might actually do something. And then we got here, and I saw the big, gigantic, wide halls and the people who walked around in it, and I was like, oh no, we're not gonna have any fun here. and then we got to the escalators, and we came into this main hallway, and it was just like a friendly atmosphere. Everybody here knew somebody. And, you know, when we came here, I didn't really know anybody that was in that group. But we got there, and, like, after a while, because they had went skydiving. So after they came back, it was like they were long-lost friends. It was like... wasn't really any who are these weird people that we don't know. It was just like it clicked. Everything just fell into place, and I personally saw that as a benefit.
Man, I like that, guys. And you know, I know you're busy and you got a lot of stuff going on. But Tony, how can they get a hold of you? If anybody wants to get a hold of you, how can they do it?
Yeah, if they just want to get a hold of me, man, they can go to, I'm revamping some of my own personal sites, TonyTate.net. They can go to email me at tony@tonytate.net, or if they want to, I'm a pretty open book. You know, they can call me, 904-537-1740. It's my personal phone. If you harass me, I'll just. iPhone's got this new update now. I can block you from calling me again. I love iOS 7. Go Apple. But other than that, man, they can find me on Facebook, man. I mean, I'm pretty approachable. You know, my sons are. You know, God pretty much is. Done all that, you know. I love the fact that, you know, when they gave the teenagers the book, he says, Dad, yeah, he's like, Dad, this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, I read this like 2 years ago. So that lets me know that I'm in a place right now where these people have the sight and the vision that I've had for my kids, because everybody's kids are special to them, but I believe that my children are going to affect millions. I believe that as a father, and I try to instill that into them, and that's why I'm kind of hard on them, because I don't want the devil or circumstance trying to steal anything away from the destiny that these kids have, because they will lead millions, where they will influence millions and they will lead millions. Different things, but I think they're equally important.
I think that's great. Folks, you've heard it. Here's a single dad raising two boys, and I'm telling you, I've watched today how these boys have turned out, and it's phenomenal. So get a hold of them anytime you need. Live life like it's an epic adventure. Stay dangerous, stay strong, and if you're in network marketing, act like it.